Hello, everybody. Now, since the month of June is over, we've had some ups and downs in the Guilty Gear West Texas scene. And, one of those downs being that my goat Corey is gone forever and he's quit the game and I'm sad. But the first event that's happened in the month of June was Inret's Super Showdown. I am really proud of that tournament because it was the last tournament that Corey has ever entered, and honestly it has like this really awesome lore behind it because I went back to the Guilty Gear PR system, and as it turned out, before that tournament me and Corey were 20 versus 20 against each other, and it's like a special moment for me because I won both of those sets. Now, on top of winning that bracket, I also managed to capture this trophy right here. This is like one of 4 trophies ever given out. Some more notable things that happened at this bracket was Seasoned actually taking 2 games off of me, and he was up 2-0 over me in the set, and I make a hard switch to Milia Rage, a character that I've been working on, and I actually brought out for another player named Tech Chase, and I brought her out and I managed to get the 3-0 sweep, and it was kind of upsetting fashion seeing how obviously Milia is not my traditional main, and that was the first time I've ever chose her against such a good player like Season himself. And the last thing I want to show off about this tournament is Corey hitting his last ever clip. I love you, bro, and I wish you still play. Here's that clip. Rewinding time back to June the 1st, where I ran my own tournament by the name of Creased Forces, and it was a really fun tournament. We had a 13 entrant Guilty Gear Strive tournament. Some special things where we saw the return of Rug's brother, and what a return he had, where he took the bracket in nearly dominating fashion. 10 grand finals, his own brother had to face off, where he took it to game 5, grand finals reset, where his brother baited his burst, failed to bait the burst, he baited it right back, managed to win the entire set. Congratulations to Bozo. I'm really excited to see him at the Invitational on July 19th. Now, the other notable thing that happened during this bracket was Top Gun for Hire. He actually had probably the best run of his tournament career, where we saw him manage to beat our top player or best player at that time before Bozo ended up winning this bracket, Corey. We saw a dominating victory from Top Gun, where he actually managed to outzone Corey the entire match, and we had to be happy for the 15-year-old player. He really deserved that win. Congratulations to Top Gun for putting in some really good work at the Creased Forces tournament on June 1st, 2025. Now, in between all these bi-weekly and major tournaments going on, we did have Brett's every Wednesday free local that you should all go to. If you're around the Lubbock area, 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock, you can get to the local Wednesday every Wednesday. And he's been really consistent. So far, there have been 52 of them, and you should go. But all 4 of them, I ended up winning, obviously. But the only really notable one, like really something interesting happened, was Showdown number 53, where I ended up getting sent to losers by SM in a pretty big upset. Anyway, make sure to catch that on the FGL VOD channel, where he posts all of the matches from the Showdown, and I assume he's probably going to do that for his majors. So make sure to check out Brett's FGL events channel. Now, on June 20th, 2025, we saw a return of the Noisemaker bracket. This is the 5th one in a row. It is a monthly bracket run by Brett in teaming with the Lubbock Matadors, where we saw the return of Jake the Snake. Now, a funny fact about Jake the Snake at these Noisemaker brackets is that he has won the most Noisemaker brackets out of anybody in this scene. We've had Corey win one of these. We've had myself win one of these. I don't remember someone else won. I think it was Brett that won one. But the other two were won by Jake the Snake. That means that Jake the Snake has won the most Noisemaker brackets out of anybody in the scene, which is a crazy stat. You know, he can flex that. And he managed to 4-0 every single buddy inside the bracket. Brett also had an amazing run, managing to 3-0 everybody else in the bracket, except for Jake the Snake. And I hope that he is able to cling on to his victories, because, you know, he is kind of cooked for his invitational pool happening on July 19th. Congratulations to Jake the Snake. And, you know, you gave birth to this funny meme right here. Now, the final tournament of this month of June that we hosted was my own bracket, and it was called the Burnout Bums. We saw Seasoned get his win against Top Gun and a bunch of other notable players, you know, like Bud, SM, you know, players like that. But other than that, we got to see the very impressive gameplay from Spudbutt in the main and LCQ bracket. We hosted a last chance qualifier for the West Texas Invitational Summit going on July 19th, remember, where Spudbutt actually managed to gap his way to victory with Venom. We saw him run a bunch of four-way mixes. We saw him do the shimmy neutron, or at least that's what he calls it, where he blue RCs to throw bait you, teabags, and then counter hits you or throws you back. It's quite the nasty play from him. Congratulations to Spudbutt for winning the LCQ. In second place, we saw a first-time player named Solveig. Shout out to him. And shout out to Seasoned, at least, for, you know, creating a questionable flip and also winning the bracket himself over Top Gun. Congratulations, Seasoned. You finally got one. But you're still on Fraud Watch, buddy. You're still on Fraud Watch, old man. Now, before we close out this video, I want to quickly talk about Sandia Showdown, where we saw a couple of our players from Texas actually go all the way to New Mexico to compete, where we saw a successful run for Rug and Seasoned, where Seasoned actually managed to beat the notable player Darker Eye, and he got 5th place. You know, congratulations to Seasoned for such a good placement out of state tournament. And Rug actually managed to get all the way to 2nd place, fighting Haruku, who actually got 7th at Texas Showdown top 8. So congratulations to Rug for competing with such a high caliber player like her, and thank you for representing West Texas for us. Y'all are the goats. Now, to end this video off, I want to quickly talk about the upcoming tournament called Fraud Allegations. It is on July 13th, Sunday. Don't expect a high turnout, but it is happening that day. It's just this, you know, past time before the big July 19th Saturday tournament going on at 1 o'clock through 10 o'clock. It's going to be really amazing. We have a couple side games. I'll throw them up right here. If you are interested in those games, you can enter. But the main course is the Guilty Gear Strive 16-man invitational. Never have we ever done this big of an invitational before. We have done one with 8 people, but this time we have 16. We have 4 pools. We have $200 in the pot and a matcherino, so it can only grow from there. Top 8 payout. We have notable players from Lubbock, from Amarillo, from Littlefield, one of the most underrated scenes in West Texas. And obviously we have 2 New Mexico players. Anyway, I just want to quickly talk about that. Thank you for watching if you made it this far. Make sure to sign up for the summit if you want to enter a side game. And to simply watch the chaos unfold from the top 16 best players in West Texas. Thank you.